Good morning. So today we're going to look at a piece that has been received. That's a piece about resistance, about overcoming blocks, becoming fluidity. If you would like to sit, to open your energy, to rest in the sacredness of your heart, to sit within the womb of your own creation, to take a deep breath, hold it at the top, and release gently, and just feel the tension ease as you ground in the divinity of your own essence. This is for you. Within the experience of your journey, there are many potential trajectories. Each is a lesson, a blessing, or a teacher of significant truth. Just as a river runs in many different directions, carving the route of least resistance, each route can create detours by the presence of boulders that impinge the flow. By circumventing these boulders, the flow creates differing routes of lesser resistance, ensuring the flow continues. The river does not stop to flow. The flow is not stemmed, but moves forward with renewed energy, moving past resistance by changing direction with ease and grace. It flows continually to the natural unfolding fulfillment of its journey. Your soul is the embodiment of your experiences, representing the river. Each perceived distortion has the potential to cause resistance. As we learn to surrender to the journey and embrace the deeper energetic wisdom through the lessons of our soul, we can embrace the power of our own divinity by understanding the significance of these events. Through this surrender, resistance dissolves, and the oscillation of body, mind, and spirit is restored to its optimum frequency. When the lesson is not recognized, when fear or trauma holds fast, we may become caught in the destructive cycle of repetition until transmutation occurs. This often arises from outdated patterning within generational memory, known or unknown. As we grow and walk through the sanctity of our soul, we transcend doubt and shame. From higher awareness, we transform density into sacredness. Each shadow becomes a seed of light, each resistance a teacher of sovereignty. Releasing resistance opens the awareness to the womb of conscious creation at the core of your being. Within this void, peace and tranquility arise as you guide effortlessly in the frequency of love. To flow without resistance is to become a true navigator of your soul. You rise in awareness, illuminating knowingness within the fields of conscious creativity, weaving a beautiful tapestry back to divine perfection. You are light. You are consciousness integrated in the beauty of your sacred divinity. At its essence, this message is showing how resistance and flow operate as vibrational mirrors of consciousness. The river is not merely a metaphor, it's a quantum hologram of the soul. Each boulder is a node of density, unresolved trauma or karmic imprint that alters the trajectory of the flow. The river does not resist, it redirects. This is the higher key. Divine fluidity transcends stagnation. The quantum core here is about oscillation frequency adjustment. When resistance arises, the soul offers an opportunity to dissolve distortion through surrender, thereby increasing the oscillatory resonance of being. This recalibration aligns with the natural harmonics of Source, what ancient teachings might call the great song of celestial symphony. It resonates with the Buddha's middle way, neither cling nor aversion, but flowing around obstacles with balance. Christ consciousness suggests surrendering the will of the lower self to the higher will of divine source, embracing forgiveness as releasing of karmic entanglement. The Taoist way of water says the flow that wears away stone, not through force, but through surrender and persistence. The Mastery School teachings align with the recognition that every obstacle contains encoded wisdom, and the initiation of the initiate is to transmute resistance into remembrance. If we look at resistance as a quantum teacher, rather than viewing trauma, density, or shadow as obstacles to be removed, they are quantum compression fields. Storing light into transmutation releases them. The boulder is a crystalline keeper of memory. When the river redirects, it teaches us how to integrate, not destroy these keepers. Whereas the void as a resting field is a passage into tranquility and peace in the womb of creation, is not a passage of stillness. It is a quantum 0-point reset where all polarities reconcile and new frequencies are birthed. This awareness is only beginning to dawn in the wider collective consciousness. Generational resistance and soul lineage mention generational patternings. These are not just inherited wounds, but fractal patterns of light weaving through bloodlines. Humanity has yet to fully realize that healing one's resistance also dissolves ancestral distortion across timelines, both backwards and forwards. This is a quantum act of liberation for the whole of the lineage. Majestic sovereignty as frequency. The final resonance, rise in your completeness, is a transmission of what is to come. Sovereignty not as independence from, but as wholeness within. This is the untapped remembrance. Sovereignty as vibrational completion, where the river no longer fears the ocean, but knows itself as the ocean already. There is a voice activation to go with this script, so I'll say it slowly. I'll then pause, allow you to either say it in your mind's eye or say it out loud. I release resistance and honour the wisdom of my soul. I am the river that flows. I am the boulder that teaches. I am the ocean that receives. With each breath, I surrender control. With each breath, I expand in love. I guide in remembrance. I rise in sovereignty. I am whole. I am light. I am divine. And so it is. If you find there are elements of this piece that are resonating with you, there are some reflective journal points that you may wish to write down and just consider. We have 4. So the first one, what boulders of resistance appear most often in my life, and what wisdom do they carry? Number 2, how can I shift from fighting resistance to flowing with its teachings? Number 3, what does sovereignty mean to me when I see myself both as the river and the ocean? Number 4, how do generational patterns show up in my river, and what am I ready to transmute? So that ends today's transmission, and it's something you can sit with and work with and see where resistance holds your attention, where it prevents you from flowing freely. What is it teaching you? What is it showing you? How can you release that resistance with grace and ease? Kuna kara ari kia sakoko, sunai kia rashun, sukukura ai kia nasan, I shananani kia ho, urai ki nisiki kia shan, sanahiki kia han. Until we meet again. Namaste.